So instead of passing the new array and using new array inside the class, what we can do is that we can copy the array into a new object. So inside the setChildren method, when we get this array, instead of directly assigning it to our variable children, at first we copy everything in this array to a new array. And this is how we do it. We assign a new string array to this.children, and this.children is this variable here, right? And we say that this new string array will have a length which is the same as the input length. So just to differentiate between the two arrays, let me change the name of this parameter here. So we'll use the refactor option, and we'll just say rename, and we'll say input children. And when we use refactor, all of them change together wherever they're used. So that's an easier way of changing it. Press enter, yes. So you see this.children, which is this variable, and input children is whatever we are inputting from the main class here, right? This becomes input children. So this is how you can create a new string array. You're not specifying its values, you're just saying that children is an array that only stores strings, and it'll have a length that is equal to the input children length. So we input new array, right? And the length was 3 because we had 3 names there. So here we'll just initiate this array as a string array with 3 slots. And then this is a command to copy one array to the other. We now have 2 arrays, right? We have an input children, and this is an array, and we have this children variable, which is also an array. So we are saying that start from the 0th element of input children and copy everything to this.children, and also start from this.children's 0th element, and keep on going until you reach the length for input children. So it takes the first element from input children and puts it in the 0th index of this children array. Then it takes the second element of input children and then puts that into the second slot for this.children. And it keeps on going like that until it reaches the length of input children. So what we're basically doing is that we're copying the whole array. We're not using the reference directly. We got the reference here, and from the reference we copy all the different elements inside this array to a new array. And that is why we created a new array for children. Because now we created a new array, in the main method, if we change this array here, P1 will not change. So we'll run the same program again. At first we create a person object, we assign it, and then we create a new array with some names of children. Let's delete this. And then we assign this array as the children of P1. But then we change this array. We don't touch P1, we change this array, and we change the first element of this array. And then we print the children for P1. Previously, when we ran this program, we saw that when we changed new array and changed the first element to squirrel, the children for P1 also changed. And this was the result that we got. But now that we've made this change, now that we are not using the reference directly, we're actually copying everything in that array to a new array. Let's see if this result is different. So we'll run the program again. Previously it was Squirrel, David, and Grinch, but now you see it's Mary, David, and Grinch. Changing new array did not change P1. We changed the first element of new array. We changed it to a squirrel. And previously the children for P1 also got changed. But now P1's children did not get changed. They remained as Mary, David, and Grinch, which is what we assigned here. And after that, if we change new array, that change is not reflected in P1. If we don't do this, if we do not copy everything, then that means that we did not fully encapsulate our class. It means that changing something else from the outside changes the different elements in my class. So my class is vulnerable in that way. But now I've made the class more airtight. So remember that for non-primitive types, when you're creating a setter method, you should copy everything in the non-primitive data type and not use the non-primitive data type's reference directly.